Hey, it's Malachi Church versus State. You know, there's something very important people need to realize about all these things going on in the world and trying to connect prophecy with this, that, and the other. You have to go by the timeline. One, there needs to be a marking of the 144,000 really before anything really starts to happen. Also, there's a factor of the two witnesses. Now, they will witness for 3.5 years, so within the 7-year tribulation, there will be a 3.5 year time that they will witness. Of course, it is said that the 7 years was cut down to 3.5. So before the 7 starts, we need to see the two witnesses. Okay, let's get to what I really want to talk about right now, and that is Donald Trump going to become a martyr to introduce a new world order? Now, I did a blog on this. I suggest you read it. I'll cover a little bit of it. I'll edit it into this. But I believe that there might be a financial collapse in September because everybody's talking about it from all different standpoints. Ron Paul is going on, this Johnathan Cahn guy, and which, you know, I don't trust really anybody because I want to reference everything they say and do with biblical fact. And even sometimes when it's biblical fact, you have to kind of read between the lines, because Satan was really good with the Bible as well. He knew it better probably than anybody else. This is why even Christ didn't argue with him. He said, "It is written," you know. But why I think Donald Trump will be a martyr is because if they have a collapse in September, they're going to come against the rich. Now, they're going to start to do what Greece did, and they're going to start to take the money out of your bank accounts and so on and so forth. But what will happen, I believe, is the president, to make himself look good, Obama, along with the Pope, because a lot of his rhetoric recently has been about the rich and you can't take it with you and all this kind of stuff, they will then work together to kind of then say, you know what, we can't take hard-earned money out of, you know, hard-working everyday people's accounts. We need to go after the wealthy. And who is the one on top right now? Who is the one out there boasting about his money? Trump. So they're going to come after him and the people like him. Now, they won't come after themselves or their own ilk, just like with the whole thing we see with the abortion deal. They don't want to come after their own kind. They still want to support their evil ways. So they'll still support their evil ways even with the financial issue. So, because they're all part of the same little satanic club. But what I'm saying is that they're going to come after the Trumps of the world. And then once they take all their money, then they'll say that, well, that can't fix everything. And there'll be such a financial collapse with all these business owners, these greedy business owners, the Walmart owners, and all these different things, which people fail to realize or recognize that Walmart is a publicly traded company. So in reality, the greedy people are the ones who are buying their stock. You might want to think about that. But through executive orders, which Obama is not afraid to do anything with executive orders, him and the Pope, along with maybe parts of Europe, the UN, as they like to coerce themselves with the UN, as we found with this Iran deal. It's very bad. They will start to create a new system just like Obamacare, but it won't allow the rich, the wealthy, the business owners, the business creators to pay anybody directly. They will all have to put that money into a new system that's going to be created because the Federal Reserve will be overturned. It will, but it won't. Still be the same people operating it, still be the same people taking the money. But however, just like I said in my TPP video, your company or your businesses or people that employ you or whatever, they will not be able to directly give you money. They will give your money into a government set up system after the collapse, and will happen very quickly after the collapse, and then they will then digitally transfer that money to you after their taxes are taken out, obviously, because we have to pay down this obscene debt and we have to do all these stuff, and climate change, whatever it is that they come up with in any ways to really take your money. And they'll justify a system, I feel, of about a $15 an hour stipend, which they'll give to you every month. But just like Obamacare, everybody must sign up. Now, remember, this stipend or whatever you made at your job, let's say you make $4,000 a month, so they're going to take out all your taxes, and they're going to take out your Obamacare. They're going to take out everything prior to you getting whatever's left, which will be a base stipend. Then, obviously, in order to pay your rent or your mortgage or your car bill or what have you, you'll not go and do cash. You'll just transfer it through their system, which obviously will be encrypted, unlike the banking system, to where they will promise that it will always be there and all these types of things. But anyways, this is the downfall. This is the start of the mark of the beast. And I suggest people wake up. I suggest you take time to start reading your word. I suggest you stop listening to a bunch of morons that don't know what they're talking about. And to all those people, and I don't get a lot of views on my YouTube channel, but I can tell you this verbatim, for a fact, that I know that there are people watching my videos. Because I see that it's like I could do research about some of the things I say, and I'm not calling myself a prophet. I'm just trying to give ideas out there. I am a child of God, but I'm not a prophet. I don't like those words. But I will say this. I find it interesting how I talk about certain things, and even with this Donald Trump issue, that within 3 to maybe a week, major guys are then talking about what I'm talking about. One being Alex Jones or somebody else. Alex Jones is now going to Rome. Give me a break. I just did a major article in a magazine about the fact that I was trying to go to Rome. Anyways, I'm not into conspiracies, but I'll tell you this. I think God sometimes keeps a lid on things until it's time. And so to all those people who feel that they're not getting their voice out there, but they're feeling God are calling them to things, your time might not be ready either. So he puts a lid on some of us. As it says in Revelation 7, he will mark his 144,000, and at that time, that lid will be taken off. And the world will know through your, through what you need to do. Your witness to what God has called on your heart. Your witness to what God is telling you to speak. Okay? That's when the lid will come off. And to all the 144,000 who will be revealed and who will be known, and the 2 witnesses that will be revealed and will be known. I would suggest all of you out there in this world take heed and listen to what they have to say. Malachi Church First Estate signing out. Hug your kids, call your parents, go see a neighbor, repent, and be baptized.
My people are slaves. 430 years have gone. Still they seem to carry on the ways that made them slave. My people are slaves. I sent Moses to free the land, to take them from Pharaoh's hand. But they run right back as slaves. My people are slaves. I bring them freedom they don't understand. They need laws to comprehend, to make them back as slaves. My people are slaves. slaves. They don't understand the love I give, the freedom that comes within, taking hold of the name.